Roy, presumably that's pretty hard to take after 20 minutes, 22 minutes when you're 4-0 down after a week on the training ground.
Well, I don't know whether week working on the training ground comes in as such. I mean, every defeat comes after some work on the training ground. I don't know that has any relevance. I mean, it came very hard to take because we conceded 2 goals from corner kicks, which is something which we haven't been, pardon me, doing recently. We've been quite strong at avoiding those goals, which was hard to take for us. And of course, we encountered an Arsenal in that 20-minute period, buoyed, of course, by the early goals, who showed the full range of their passing skills and their movement in the middle of the field, the speed and accuracy of their passing. And it certainly put us very much on the back foot. At half-time, really, I thought we were staring down the barrel of a gun. You know, a team of Arsenal's quality with the players they have, 4 goals to 0 up, can't possibly lose. Just a question of how many do we want to score. I think had we not marshalled ourselves and shown the character that the players showed in the second half, showed the desire and produced the work rate and the energy they did in the second half, it would have been an avalanche. As it turns out, we managed to not only stop them scoring more goals, we got one of our own and reduced the deficit to a -3 rather than a -7 or 8. But they aren't positives, those things, really. The game was over very early for us today, at 2-0 after 7 or 8 minutes, or whatever it was. At the Emirates against Arsenal, that's not a good position to be in.
You spoke, I think, last week a bit about maybe looking to bring some more players in for the window. Was there anything out there today, any particular areas of the team that you want to strengthen, maybe to give yourself a bit more resilience?
Well, it depends which half you're looking at, I suppose, really, doesn't it? You know, if you're looking at the game in the second half, I think a fair-minded person might think, actually, they're not too bad. And if you're talking about a team in the lower half of the table, they're not that bad a team, and their players are not that bad either. I think the major problem for us is the players we keep losing. You know, we've lost 2 to cruciate ligament injuries. We've lost 1 to a medial knee ligament. We've lost Loftus-Cheek to an ankle ligament. We've probably lost Yohan Cabaye to an ankle ligament. We've only just got Joel Ward back after a long laugh. We've still got Mamadou Sakho trying to recover from a major calf injury. That's an awful lot of players of good quality for any team in the lower half of the league to deal with. At the moment, going into the day, every player really that we have available to be with us for the game was with us. The 2 goalkeepers, because we only have 2, and the 16 outfield players. That's actually what we've got at the moment, because all the others are in the treatment room. So I suppose the answer to the question, do you need some more players? Well, of course we do. But more importantly, we need at least 1 or 2 of the injured players to try and get fit and be with us as quickly as possible. Although I think we'll be looking at the end of February rather than the end of January for that to happen.
Roy, I suspect that you didn't factor this into your thinking at all, but was there any part of you that wondered whether Arsenal might be at a bit of a low ebb with the whole business with Sanchez leaving and the uncertainty that sort of spread?
Yeah, well, it's a good question, Ollie, but I didn't actually know. I mean, I always prepare for the best of the opposition, and the stories that then circulate about, oh, this is a good time to play them and this and that's happening. I never believe them. I really don't. Arsenal, I know, and we all know, I think, that with the quality of players they have, and they play together a long while too, they're always capable of producing that type of scintillating 20, 25-minute spell, which really put the game beyond doubt. That's always a possibility. So we'd actually prepare for that. There was never once from our side any mention of where the Arsenal are or where they aren't. It was a question of, right, this is it. This is what Wilshere, Ozil, Xhaka do. This is what Iwobi and Lacazette do, these are the problems you're going to come across and face. And I suppose the one thing we were maybe guilty of in terms of our preparation, we didn't flag up any more than usual the threat from set plays. We always flag up with every team the threat from set plays. We go through the set plays, we go through what they do from the set plays, we go through our markers. But this time, of course, we failed to bring that one off. I don't think that the players will tell you that we conceded 2 goals, so we didn't know what was going to happen or what we should be doing. We conceded 2 goals because Monreal lost his marker twice and scored.
Mr. Hodgson?
Yes.
With Benteke up front and Zaha and Saka alongside him, that was a very attack-minded team that you at the start of the game. With hindsight, was that a little cavalier?
Well, I don't think we were cavalier at any stage of the game. The fact is, as I've just pointed out, you know, if you look at the players we have on the bench, there were players there who've hardly played. I mean, for example, Lee hasn't played a game in the first team. Papswale hasn't played a Premier League game in the first team. Damien Delaney's played 1 game right at the very start in the first team. Jaida Riedewald's played 2 games in the first team. Who was Joel Ward is only just back from injury, and Andros Townsend made a remarkable recovery to sit on the bench. To be quite frank, when I left the training session on Thursday, as far as I was concerned, he was still injured. It was quite amazing when I got in on Friday and they said, listen, you know, you might actually just be able to use him on the bench, but not from the start. So I don't think that, given the players that we had at our disposition for this game, that we made too many mistakes in terms of who played. I think we shut the door a little bit too late in playing more of a 5-man midfield than a 4-man midfield. I would accept that maybe you should have done that from the start. But then, of course, whether that would actually have stopped the 2 corner kicks, I don't know.
Okay. At one point during the game in the second half, you seem to be asking Wilfried Zaha to stop concentrating on the crowd and to engage with the game. Is that actually what happened?
No, I don't comment on those type of things. What I say to the players when I'm on the side of the pitch, I don't want to talk about that. I do all my talking to the players, to them face to face, individually. What I say to them, I say to them. But I don't come in here afterwards and say, this is what I did and that's what I didn't do.
Okay. Thanks, guys. We'll just do the dailies up here. Thank you.